really talk about them being a competitor at the play-in.
Try to combine Torzy and JDC's name right now. Go.
Jadorzies. That's about the best I got.
Okay, now JKS and Robs.
Jocks. It's a stretch, man.
It's good.
Shame that Robs isn't here. I do think that is the one thing that kind of sours this narrative coming into our first map of the series.
I'll give you some upside.
What?
Last time FaZe Clan, they played against Big on this map. 14-1 with the CT side, and it was all about Brokey.
Ooh, okay.
It was all about Brokey. It was like 22-1, I think, on the half. So at least for FaZe Clan, there's a lot of emphasis still that they can rely on players like Twist and Brokey to do a lot of the heavy lifting. And I think JKS will slot in nicely. We've got him here filling in for Robs in the ramp. And a lot of lobby control for MOUZ Sports.
Ooh, Brokey's going to go extending inwards, so a little bit of that lobby control taken aback. But Frozen finds his opening. Down the ramp room, he's going to go. Kerrigan thinking about trailing in behind them, but look at that. They run into Brokey. So Frozen taking off the front. Rain gets into position. Kerrigan strikes from behind, and every single piece of the puzzle works there for FaZe, just clipping the wings of all of the flyers all across the map.
It's going to be interesting to see how this CT side played out. And again, we saw MOUZ earlier play this map as well. So high hopes. But hey, this round isn't over. Torzy, he's in a 1-on-4. Oh my god.
That's clean.
That's 2 quick kills. 2 bullets, 2 players dead. Torzy in a brand new situation. 50 seconds remaining. And the bomb is a little bit out of reach at the moment, but he's starting to clear out Clock and all these other positions. So you can almost feel this one brewing.
They've given a bit of space to take bomb. Twist has at least arrived because he was pretty far away from this. Kerrigan's been seen out towards his dead. He's caught. All right, Kerrigan just kind of puts the bait out there on the bomb, sits upon it, and then reels in that final kill. But yeah, Torzy right there again, just reminding us that he has the potential.
He does, and honestly, I mean, even during the Academy League, which we had the pleasure of casting, we talked so much about m0NESY, but in my opinion, there were moments where Torzy looked like the even more well-seasoned player, and he also had a lot more experience playing versus, some of the more high-level competition in the top 30, because MOUZ NXT as a team were doing so well outside of the Academy League. So that speaks volumes about him. And he talked about being a little bit nervous coming onto MOUZ Sports, but he said that Cyclone actually helped out a lot. And for those who don't know, I mean, Cyclone had some pro experience, and he had to stand in a couple of times for the MOUZ NXT lineup, and I believe his exertion said he just top fragged. So that's a coach that you can trust.
I was gonna say, right? That's like that's the underlying value of a true coach.
Yes.
How many players can they actually kill when they inevitably have to stand in? Torzy, little space here. Creates it towards ramp, but nobody can really extend beyond that. Good scout play from NBK. Another piece of this MOUZ puzzle that's kind of interesting, because when we look at the JDC and the Torzy situation, wow, the new blood of CSGO in 2022, but NBK taking an extended break, a little leave of absence, getting himself under wraps, and then coming back into this. And they say that he makes lineups. He creates success, and if he can shape these two players, then we've got potential again. Another layer to this MOUZ puzzle that is just, I don't know, piquing my interest, I'll say.
I think sometimes the Valorant break helps. You see automatic shooting heads on overpass.
Check out Floppy.
Check out Floppy. I think there's something there. It's kind of like it's a vacation.
Yeah.
It's a mental reset.
It's one you need.
Yeah.
So when you bounce back, you bring the heat. But
yeah, there is some focus as well on Dexter as the IGL of MOUZ Sports, because then the team came together. Of course, BMAS was here, and in terms of roles, they had everything pretty well figured out. It felt like, apart from just the proven talent, they only had really ROPS. But outside of that, everyone looked like a thoroughbred in their positions. But unfortunately, it didn't come together. Dexter actually did frag a lot, but you could say that he still got a lot to learn as an IGL. I don't know how he feels about it.
Here's the first real test, folks. MOUZ on the gun round, grouping up behind the smoke. JKS stand-in for FaZe, standing only for the one. Kerrigan's gonna move over from heaven, try to stop this. But they actually stutter step. They pause by the box, and that flash, that's a team flash, thrown by, I believe, to be Rain, screwing over Kerrigan, forcing Brokey now to be desperate within this B site. He doesn't slow anybody down, but at least they have the information. The bomb's not quite being planted. There is a check over top, a jump from Frozen that gets punished. Brokey looking for a multi-kill when really he has no business still being alive. He did get that headshot into Dexter. Here comes Rain, pushing smoke, but there's no way he can snap that second frag. No, NBK from the sidelines gets MOUZ's first round.
A little bit too close for comfort, but at the same time, you know, if Rain gets the kill a little bit sooner, he's actually on for the 1v1, so a nice effort. And now we'll see what the money is like. Of course, things are a little bit desperate. Brokey's got an op. I don't know if Twist has a gun to work with in this position, but they are going to be buying to 0. So
the force is in.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, MBK has that kind of skadoodle sitting posture where you lean a little bit.
Just a little lean, man.
I kind of like that. You put your whole arm on the table and you lean to the left or the right.
Gives you extra reach.
I don't want to isolate my lefties out there, so...
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
We matter.
Yeah. You exist. Unlike birds.
You gotta look out for those. Birds of prey in the form of NBK. Shoots down Kerrigan through the door. Tons of damage off of that grenade. Excellent utility usage. Could make up for the lesser weapons. We'll see. Deagle down on JKS. The second is Twists. And he has the help of Rain. Ooh. But JDC keeps it clean. Galil kill after Galil kill. Headshots in abundance. And Brokey pushed away from this. So a nice little A-pop here, Mo, to get MOUZ their second round.
You know what they proved? They can entry upper without BMS. Not that they need to prove that, but it helps when you're playing T-side Nuke. And we are getting to see a little bit more out of MOUZ's T-side. Again, I feel like this is going to be the proving half for both teams. Because, like, the last time FaZe played, they were just having so much fun beating down on Big Clan on Nuke that you didn't even get to see what they had on T-side. So I think they're looking forward to CT side and a bit of unknown, especially bringing in a new player. Again, I feel like that's the harder half to bring someone into. For sure. And I did a piece of content with FaZe. I said, what's the harder half on Nuke? Because we were watching demo of his together from IEM Winter. He said T-side. I was like, why? He said it's harder to be useful. That's the question of, you know, in all these different positions where you're moving as 5. How do you keep the round moving forward when you're crossing outside? How do you know you're not overextending? What's the tempo that your team likes? You might have watched it on a broadcast, but when you're in the server with them, I think a lot of those things start to become less obvious. So that'll probably be a challenge for all the stand-ins today. But,
all the stand-ins.
Yeah.
All across the board, you know. I think it's the reality of CS in 2022. We're lucky to be getting back into a LAN environment, but there are obviously these asterisks, like USPs, one of which already down. Poor Kerrigan tried to tuck on top of Hut. We saw the economy graph just soaring here for MOUZ, and this round should be no different. But it really did hinge on maybe Brokey getting contact outdoors, and, well, he gets a full body contact. Torzy keeping it clean. I'm telling you, dude, if you look at... hold on. Pick him up. 3 to finish.
He's more than an opper.
Beauty of a closer.
He's more than an academy player.
And that's the point I was just about to make. You look at the Academy League at the end of 2021, and then look at the start of the season here in 22. You've got Monacy. You've got Torzy. You've got JDC.
Year of the Academy. And you had Gambit youngsters all in 2021.
It's almost like there's... Oh, my God. It's so frazzling.
Put it into words.
I can't, man. I can't put it into words how quickly these guys are able to close what is supposed to be the substantial gap. Oh, it's the Academy League. MOUZ just showed up to the stand-in, and they are kicking ass. It's 3-2 over top of FaZe as they get back into their guns. Brokey's going to be tested behind red, and there's at least the trade. Rain's tethering very nicely right now. 2 kills, tries to dip, gets back. A little bit of health, but a little bit's all you need.
Yeah, that was movement. Now, Dexter's right on his tail, however, and Rain, even if he holds for this, he's got low HP, so there's a chance for Dexter to get back into this round. He'll pick that up. Still a tough spot, so it'll require some real ingenuity in the mid-rounds. And Twist kind of swings over to a really strong spot here with a player advantage. Can even go and clear out big garage. And they could sit and wait, but I feel like they've... Oh, there's actually something else coming.
This works. Look at that.
Oh, but he can't get more info from this position.
So milks it for all he can, and unfortunately for Dexter, he gets caught out by Twists. JDC looking for another. This would be one of those moments, right? This would be one of those chances. Oof, but Twist is going to come around the garage side, and that's going to blindside him. JDC down, FaZe back to winning ways.
Yeah.
Crucial round from Rain there, tethering off of Red and Brokey's early death.
Did good outside. I mean, a lot of the floating there was really good. I like the late round adjustment from Twist to come around outside in the big garage with the numbers up, and it kind of was a nice counterbalance to that flank that came through in secret, and that made things sketchy, but Twist brought it right back. All tied up again. I can't help but feel like it's more of a success from the T perspective. So let's see if they can keep it going. Game like this is nice because you keep your expectations low, but you can impress yourself. Still got great players, even if you've got stand-ins.
Gap in the smoke. Rain's close. Frozen tries to plug that problem. The A1S.
It's dangerous to take that duel when the A1S is on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, big advantage without the tracers. But Frozen's still able to walk away. Three-man pressure towards Ram. Let's see it. JKS down at the hands of JDC.
Just a dink for Justin.
Brokey at bat. Kind of pulled in two directions here, hoping that maybe some vent support can come downwards. And sure enough, Kerrigan does look to throw himself into position. But there is, again, a little stutter here towards ramp. They don't all in it. They hold. Rain, nice position, cleans out JDC and gets the bomb carrier.
He's just been so useful, hasn't he?
That he has. Looking for more as well as he goes for a deeper committed to position. Oh, a third from Rain.
So clean.
Just finding all these kills. He was very expectant of that ramp push, highly alert towards red box. We'll see if the natural born killer can catch him off guard, though. There's still just enough time for that bomb to be picked back up and maybe a burst of energy towards either bomb site. Rain and NBK about to come face to face.
Thinking about it.
Rain looks away. He's at the health disadvantage. NBK doesn't find him. It's the Opera and Torzi here supporting from heaven, which again creates that opening they need. Twist gets a flash to the face, up drop, no scope, and now we're talking 2v2. But Brokey comes in, crisp headshots to close it on the A4, and just when you thought MOUZ had it all figured out, Brokey's back.
Man, to do that in the late round, it's such a dirty tactic. They layered the flashes perfectly. It looked like Torzi was going to throw one alone, and they had one timed to the absolute millisecond to come in with it. And, of course, they topped it off with a great no-scope. Face-to-face. I'd say, you know, even at the peak of Rain's career, I feel like one criticism of him as a player, even when he was a star, is that maybe he was a little bit one-dimensional. You know, he was really amazing aim. Could take down 3 players if they faced him. But when it came to the way he floated around or sometimes his creativity in rounds, you maybe didn't see that as much. But look at the way he's playing the match so far. It feels like he's being incredibly versatile with his rifle and not just simply, you know, sitting in one spot and letting the round come to him. And that's making up for the fact that some FaZe players are falling before him.
Piecing it together. It's that term, right? Visualization. It's an important one in Counter-Strike, and I think that last round just highlights Rain's ability to see the bigger picture. Even the Patience just locked in behind the hell ladder, but enough said that. Kerrigan, he's already got players past him. He waits out the flash, which was good, but Torzi throws them layered. Again, the nades, the flashes, and the crispness of these individual players from MOUZ Sports. Every time they saw a head this round, they take it. Torzi with the drive-by wide swing. Brokey's busted, and Torzi is top bragging again.
Yeah, he is. And JDC had one hell of a round entering upper on top of it. These upper execs are Navi-esque.
They feel good.
They're heavy-handed. I mean, they are coming in fast. They've got a lot of entry firepower, apparently, and seeing Torzi just clean up with a rifle, you know, on top of the fact that we know he's here to op, is also a great sign.
Goes back in from FaZe.
Okay, before the match started, you know, would you have called FaZe the favorites?
Yes.
By a pretty good margin?
Yes.
Yeah. Now that we've watched 8 rounds, how you feeling?
Not too confident in FaZe.
Yeah.
You know, this could boil down to a strong nuke prep from MOUZ. They did want to take the series here, but
T-side will be a nice test.
Exactly. And I don't underestimate Kerrigan's ability to kind of picture, you know, put together the pieces. We'll give him a little bit more time. Twist's Deagle in hand. Torzi posted on the angle. The Torzi wide swing in lobby last round. I like that.
That was so audacious.
Here's Twist, though. He would have seen the arm. Oh, but he goes back and Frozen. having taken Bogdan's Law into effect, is able to counter back with the op. Still 3 Deegs on the field here for FaZe. Kerrigan feels the need to push through Hut, wrap around Squeaky. We've already got 3 bodies on the A site. He's made the right call, but can he hit the targets? Yes. A nice clean headshot. He's doubling it back.
Is he reading this correctly, though?
Almost. He almost looked ahead of the peak, but no. Turns his attention. JDC gets the better of him. That reopens the A site. And now the only question left for MOUZ is going to be, where are these last 2 players coming in from? Sure enough, it is the double ramp flank. Oh, but Brokey. We've had 3 clean Deegs from these FaZe players. JKS adds 1 to the tally. This would be the 5 Deeg round win from FaZe Clan. Just to remind MOUZ who truly is boss, but NBK has been here before, and he'll be there again when you need him. A clutch in the 1v2.
That's absolutely the perfect angle for people who are coming out of Squeaky. You'll see players sitting there when upper execs come their way. It's so nice. You have to time it. With the peak, obviously, you're looking for that exact moment when they're clearing into mini and they're just getting to the other side of the vent, and NBK finds that with no trouble whatsoever. Well, a round that should not have been this close, but yeah.
But that's the kind of round that just reminds you again what FaZe are capable of. You know, MOUZ come out swinging, they hit him upside the head. FaZe try to shake it off, and a round like that will serve as a reminder. But unfortunately, USPs, not quite Deagles. So we'll have to watch the economy get back beneath FaZe as MOUZ are going to run away with a lead here. A 6-4 looking inevitable. And like you said, the test is the T side. So solid showing.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they've...
Far from over.
It doesn't feel like MOUZ have any new players right now. That's pretty much it.
I was thinking to myself, like, how great would that feel for Torzy? You know, you're the new guy on the main MOUZ roster. You're coming into this event. You've got a lot to prove at your first LAN. You're talking about an academy team that had already surpassed the main roster in terms of global rankings.
Hey, Torzy's a 2-time LAN champ, huh?
Right? Yeah. You know, we play academy.
Hey, how dare you?
Asterisk. But now you've got JDC, a guy who you've been playing alongside for your entire run up until this big chance. That has to be a layer of comfort, you know, just a little familiarity for Torzy to really slot in. And you know that
like
guys
JDC.
like, dude, guys like Frozen, NBK, Dexter, they're not going to be getting in the way of JDC as he tries to run in here.
No, not John doing clutches.
No, exactly.
No one stands in front of John doing clutches.
Yeah,
I agree. I feel like he's the homie. I mean, if in the Academy League and in interviews and stuff, he seems like the ball of positive energy.
Yep.
He's the PMA guy. Besides Cyclone with the back ropes.
This is literally, if it's 50% MOUZ NXT when you bring in Cyclone as well, right?
It's sad that they all got demoted.
The rest of them? Yeah. But here we are, back into the weapons and a higher tempo. NBK, clears JKS, who's honestly getting pushed around here towards ramp. He's 2 and 10 off the trot. Brokey gonna try to dive into the corner, has the smoke to help him. Here's Twists coming upwards. Oh, but Torzy, a deep shot from lobby through smoke.
And it opens ramp up completely. Now they are in front of this smoke still.
But they don't have bomb.
But at this point, they can kind of wait it out. And, I mean, even though they don't know if somebody's rotated back into ramp, I think they could guess that it's kind of unlikely since they got that last kill. Low numbers here for FaZe Clan. They don't realize it, but they've still got odds to win this round. But MOUZ with a minute up and this bomb just in open territory, I think ultimately still going to be very difficult. See if Kerrigan can come up with something. Wow, he has manufactured the right timing here.
Really nicely done. You know, and unfortunately for MOUZ, there's like this insensible stillness. They don't know what's going on. They can't feel the waves, but that's a wave and a half. It comes crashing down upon him. Torzy finds timing, and it all boils down to this. The backside position, 30 seconds. NBK, the bomb carrier, shows himself and finishes it. What are those shots from Torzy? The instinct, the intuition.
And that's what it was. You know, even in the Academy League, again, to compare him to m0NESY, it was the T-sides where he stood up the most, which again, like I framed earlier, feels like it can be the harder one to have impact. And Torzy was really regularly the guy to make the difference with an op on T-side. And look at the timing. I mean, his game sense is really amazing. He's had such a great day so far. He's got to be feeling good. I'm going to get that breakfast routine.
Yeah, definitely.
What's he eating? Besides FaZe Clan.
Yeah, right now they're gobbling them up. Desperate times call for desperate measures where Kerrigan's swinging a Mag 7 on a round that the rest of the team are just going to have to play with pistols.
I haven't seen that gun in a month.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I haven't seen it in a month.
You feel good about it, or?
I like it.
Okay, nice.
I've always thought it was a classic weapon in the game.
Of course.
But the thing was, there was also other great shotguns that were all viable and special and unique. You know, Novas, auto shotties. Okay, let's see if you can put in some work here.
Do you know the actual name of the auto shotgun?
Noob tube.
No, the actual name.
Railgun.
XM1014. Get with the times. He waits out the smoke, Rain, and just as it disperses, he disappears behind blue box with NBK scouring down from the top of silo. Perched on this roost, ready. Sound cue for Rain. That's going to draw the crosshair up because he's expectant of it. But Dexter's also, I think, keeping an eye on him. NBK gives himself up. Ooh. Head on a silver platter. Torzy, dude, every time you look at one person, you're like, oh, there's the trade frag. It's actually Torzy who steals it.
He's getting impossible trades.
Like NBK towards Rain over by that box in CT spawn, and then somehow, nope, Torzy steals it. This one here as well. Dexter, oh, I'm going to get my sixth. Nope. Torzy, 16 and 6. Every single chance he gets, he's in that kill feed.
The Torsnado.
And again, if that match versus Godsend tells us that he has maybe the ability to close the gap, JKS, his chance cut down as Brokey will find the Mag 7 of his fallen in-game leader. 1v3 clutch attempt. JDC should be doomed.
Oh?
Bada boom. AK upgrade? Just go ahead. Run for the hills, brother.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Fakes it out.
He's actually trying to do some last-minute damage, which is pretty interesting. I feel like this AK is quite valuable at the moment. But he was hoping somebody would make a mistake. And I think now he'll just turn and save after this. Of course, he's just fine here. No exits to catch. But they've got to start moving. So, I mean, they're coming in his direction.
Yep.
And they're not expecting a Brokey surprise. But Torzy!
Every time.
How does he trade all these kills?
Every single time.
These are not easy trades.
No.
Don't try this at home.
Gets one shot on the control room and takes him. So Torzy with a stunning nuke T-side. And you know what? Tell me more. Like we were talking about how Fuzi was mentioning that it's hard to play on a T-side to find that impact.
Yeah.
Well, here we have the Opper on the T-side of MOUZ fighting versus legends of CSGO.
Yes.
And he is...
He said he was scared. I mean, he said he was scared, a little bit scared, and Cycro made him a bit more comfortable. And then you throw the whole, new JDC coming into it. It's probably a mixed bag of emotions.
Yeah.
And I feel like as the Opper, you're going to feel that the most, right? You still got all the responsibility to be the star of the team. Got to hit a certain amount of op shots in the game. Plus, you now have all these new variables, so people are going to judge you regardless. And Torzy is acting like none of that ever happened. That he never did that interview.
Rain's got to be careful. NBK still on top of Mini. Hunting.
Well, they've got a nice spread outside. I mean, they're covering almost every single thing from a distance. Rain doesn't know exactly that there's a threat here, but might be aware of some timing. Oh, but the flash tactic is perfect from MBK.
Excellently done. Draws JKS off of the ramp. He's still trying to get his feet beneath him.
Man, what a well-done isolation play. They scoured out all these angles, didn't see Rain, eventually knew he had to be in the area.
Found him. MBK welcoming the challenge from JKS, but we'll see if patience pays off. Holds garage door. They get downstairs and it's going to be broken. Ooh, nice little turn. Finds Torzy on the other end of that hot shot, but there's Frozen fighting JKS and a little bit of a redirection here. They're going to fall into Kerrigan. 1 kill for him, but he's got 2 players about to come speeding up a vent unless they turn back towards this B site, and it's Brokey's chance. We're talking impactful operas. Well, this would be a round to shut down MOUZ. They've already got 8 round wins, and they could very well close this 9th. Brokey now feels stranded here in dark. Kerrigan's gonna have to come bail him out. Does good damage. Frozen even fitting in the jump. Brokey's able to go for the 1. That door's closed in front of him. So a difficult position. We've got a single flashbang here for FaZe, but this is that duality of the new FaZe. It's supposed to be Twists and Brokey's show when Rops is not here. And right now, unfortunately for the Canadian, he is pulled apart. his attention in two directions. Holes in front of him and holes back the other way. He turns it on to Frozen, chases Dexter to his death, but with no time left, it's a 9th for MOUZ.
Yeah, and he's just going to try to get by with the little HP he does, and he has the op as well. So it's a nice find at the end, and a good couple of kills from Twist. That plant is awesome. They were in position where they didn't plant backside, even though they used the smoke to connect Decon to the backside and planted out in the open, but that opened it up to Control and to Decon, so they didn't have to double up there. And it looked like with Twist's aim in that moment, he could have won the 1v2 if they did double up. So really good effort, but also well done. Good situation created here for MOUZ Sports. I like the adjustment from Brokey coming into Dark, letting his teammates have some space at ramp. Ended up getting a kill, but even with all that in mind, it wasn't enough. Man, that was a very strong mid-round for MOUZ. There was a lot of resistance at every single portion, even though they started off well. And I think the adjustments were great from FaZe, so that's really speaking to how good MOUZ are playing right now. This is dominance. 9-4. No reason to lose any more rounds based on what we've seen. Guns aren't the best here for FaZe Clan. MOUZ can sense the opportunity. Oh, what a spray.
Clean one, man. You know, 10, 12 rounds deep in FaMoUZ. Ooh, but
Wow.
NBK keeps it clean. Brokey's posted on the corner. JDC getting into the position. Wallbang maybe makes them nervous. But utility advantage definitely here in the hands of the T side.
They can dive off this. They don't know where the adjustments are. But Rain's already tucked into Control after being outside what feels like 3 seconds ago.
Ooh, slight gap on that smoke. Dexter, false confidence, but JDC trades right through the side of it. Oh, but Torzy caught out by Brokey as he attacks from the back. 25 seconds for JDC to try and piece together a clutch. He's got 2 players here on ramp. An eventual man inside Control Room as well, and that should be the contact, I believe. Ooh, there it is, sandwiched between Twists and the player on the other side. That's a 5th for FaZe. It's everything they need at this point, because there's even a 6-9. The best case of what's left for FaZe is still straight.
And Rain, again, to talk about him, it feels like even though FaZe only have 5 rounds, he's got his name stamped on each of them in some way with his impact. And that was around in a position that could have very easily been lost if Rain didn't get the opening with the FaMoUZ, as well as the kill in Control Room. So well done on his front, and it makes up for the fact that they were at a severe utility deficits. But now we're more on even footing, and I think that this round will tell us a lot, just in terms of how we can close out this half and look back on it, because there's enough data here for FaZe Clan, a nice last round from them, and enough money as well that they can show us if they've got the adjustments to adapt to what MOUZ has brought. Now, I feel like the thing that MOUZ are still hanging over their heads, actually, is the fact they've had 2 fully successful upper execs where FaZe Clan stood absolutely no chance. And I mean, it's not that they were totally understaffed on the A side, so that's something they have to think about.
Well, luckily for FaZe, they won't have to think about the CT side much longer. Last round, get it over with, switch over to that T side, and let Kerrigan call a game that'll show MOUZ what it really looks like.
It's going to be round 26 where Kerrigan shows us his genius.
Number 26, if we get there. Ooh, yes. Rain, clean kill versus Torzy. Brokey able to answer as well with the frag versus JDC and JKS. We've seen him cleared off of this spot. Ooh, Dexter with an op.
Wow, that was a shot.
Brokey thinking he could assert dominance since Torzy was down, but turns out Dexter's capable as well. Kerrigan in the meanwhile downstairs, just ahead of the push, if they decide to go down here. We've seen an occasion that MOUZ will throw something down at the B site. Looked like they were going to come up vent that one time.
Man, these defaults have been extraordinary. The amount that they've been able to grab out of just outside control in the beginning of the rounds, I mean, that's a dream for your IGL.
Dexter tasked with going and getting bomb. Lobby control fully under wraps here for FaZe. Kerrigan's going to be the pressure point. Kerrigan versus Frozen could really decide the outcome of this last one. And with Kerrigan picking up that headshot, pressure falls back onto Dexter and NBK. Nice position here from JKS as well, conceding heaven, giving up hell, knowing that this wraparound is possible, but the timing.
Oh, no.
A brutal reality as NBK gets ahead of the Molotov. And the beauty of this is that he doesn't shoot. So they're not going to think that this is that possibility. Twist, he, however, has door wide open, finds Dexter within that space. Nice slide from NBK. But again, 15 seconds here for him to piece together the clutch, and Twist says otherwise. A bit of an individual answer from the side of FaZe to close. Twist to 12, but 9 for MOUZ as they swap to the CT side. So it turns out that the student has become the teacher, the Academy League graduate that was Torzy and JDC, just dismantling FaZe in some of those rounds.
They have PhDs in kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't even bother taking names.
That's right. They're all out of bubblegum.
Class back in session. FaZe to the T side. We've got the smoke double flash on this one. And, well, we've already got Silo and Outer occupado by FaZe. No challenge for them.
Again, this is it. What we're going to see. JKS did not have a great first half, and T-side might be even less friendly. So we'll find out if FaZe are going to perform this comeback. I'm sure he'll be a big part of it.
Where's the smoke lamp?
I think we're doing a... I don't know if we're doing a heaven wrap strat or if they're just faking a ramp, but I've definitely seen this before.
Little gap on that one.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to clamp down on upper now.
Just a little gap, just a tiny one.
2 players here makes this interesting. I think most of the time you'd expect one. So we'll see if one of them gets more aggressive than the other, and then if there's going to be a second lurker.
Ooh, oh, Twist gets the trade. Oh, but Torzy taps away. What? A second into Twist.
You kidding?
Brokey's on the backside. He's got Dexter up above him. Bomb planted, hands busy, heads popped.
Torzy.
What? Shots from Torzy.
The Torsnado.
And he knows it.
You thought Sharknado was scary.
I can't believe it.
Wait till you watch Torsnado.
I mean, it was a clean trade from Twist as well. I did like that play from Twist and Rain, sliding down off of the smoke. Twist comes through smoke. Rain uses that gap that I had mentioned to try and clear the corner. But, I mean, then they just burst into Torzy's USP and...
That was such a ridiculous second shot. I can't accept it.
Okay, rejected.
Yes.
We have to replay pistol.
Yes, replay pistol.
Replay pistol. That one doesn't count.
Well, let's see if you can do it twice, Torzy. Come on.
What is that, bro? Wow.
I mean...
Wow.
We're on land.
We're on land.
We're on land.
We're on land.
I mean, that says the most. Yeah, he's 2 times land champ, by the way.
Yeah, it's okay.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Shut up.
19-9 with a 10-6 lead over top of FaZe. Caveat on their map pick, but still. Our analysts were talking about the fact that it felt good for the FaZe, for MOUZ to be getting this veto piece together. Shouldn't be, too much discomfort as the series goes on. And if they're able to just lock in a CT side right here, right now, then that's definitely going to send a message.
All the promotion and demotion jokes aside, the fact is the MOUZ organization set themselves up really well to be able to reinforce both teams, and that has to be recognized. I mean, yeah, they could have been in a much more dire situation, and now they're just flourishing.
Good two-man push through Hut. Solid trade back for the 4v4. Kerrigan, you gonna entry A site with that scout, bud? He's got Twist behind him, AK ready. Rain finds timing to slip up the ladder, but there's so many players here, and they're already well aware of the fact that Heaven could be challenged. In fact, now it is. So, element of surprise lost, and so are the bodies here for FaZe. Torzy, another double from the same position, 21-9.
He's in demo territory. I mean, that's what a game he's had so far. Then his T-side refrags with the op. Now he's just getting started on CT. I don't even know. I can't even see the FaZe victory right now. It's not clear in my mind, you know. He's wearing Twist jersey.
Yeah,
Canadian,
he is.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw it.
That's a good jersey to wear.
Not bad. I appreciate it.
I think that would bring you...
You know, the Commonwealth stands together.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, but Twist isn't from a prison island.
That's also true. Speaking of Aussies, Renegades. Good showing earlier today.
Amazing.
Yep, props.
Shout out Alistair. Quite for the op.
But here's Torzy. Just, you know, he's been bullying these players across the first 17 rounds, and number 18 will be no different. Just the Deagles. We saw FaZe pull off a round win like this on the CT side with a similar buy.
It's his confidence in his pre-aims, you know?
Torzy's?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what he... I know that he's pre-firing some of these shots because he feels so good about it. Like, this guy will be here. I mean, he trusts it.
Visualization.
Yeah, it all comes back to visualization.
But they didn't visualize this possibility.
Whoa.
Kerrigan. Oh, we've been here before, folks. The Deagle off of the mark. NBK still up and fighting, but there was also this conjoined push through Hut that ends up working out for FaZe. They clear 2 players off site. Brokey, 1 HP. Get him in the chat, boys. JKS, 100 health. So the clutch really falls on him. But he is... They're locked on top of bomb.
They don't have some sneaky post plant, you know, they're in vulnerable spots.
Yes.
So it's very entirely possible here for MOUZ.
We'll see if Frozen gets drawn over the lip of this ledge. JKS turns attention, gets the first one. Now it's all about finishing off Dexter, 31 HP. This would be a big round for FaZe to just push over the line, but it needs to be JKS. Oh, yeah. And there's his round, there's his moment, because it's been a quiet game from the Aussie, and a clutch like that is exactly what they need to get their T-side kick started.
It's never too late, you know? Don't stop believing. You could be 8-15, but one clutch round like that, that's an entire round for your team. So if now he gets a bit more comfortable, I think the stonks are going to be at all-time highs. That's my analysis.
I mean...
Do you like it?
I like it. It's okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Frozen picks one up. Where's that? That's outside through the wall of smokes. Spams away at Rain and finds the headshot. Now, unfortunately for FaZe, they'll have a bit of a limp to overcome in this one, and Dexter locked into this position. Torzy just ate a flash. Still decides to go for the fight. Dies. And Dexter also blinded, but oh, Frozen!
He's got so much help!
He just comes in and saves the day. Dexter, hand in front of his eyes, blind as a bat, perched on boxes, like a gargoyle, ready to be knocked right off.
Yeah.
And when he regains vision, everybody is dead except for him.
Yes. What a life. It's so nice, you know?
Frozen, the guardian angel.
You could trust your teammates. That's a very nice round from Frozen. It's also a great call in the stack. I mean, just from a read perspective here, FaZe look for an early attack on the ramp, and we have a position where we have 3 players ready to fight at ramp. It's the wrong call from FaZe, but it's hard to say wrong when it looks like a gamble. So,
sure.
MOUZ are just the guy you trust right now with your money. That's the biggest compliment that I can give him.
Well, FaZe don't have any money to give them. They've already offered it all right back. That burst of economy, that burst of momentum off of the Desert Eagle win, which makes up 2 of the 7 rounds FaZe have. It's wiped back to the clean slate. Double Deagle instead, man. That's it.
I just have to go and check what Torzy's first game was like in terms of stats, because obviously he had like 180 AR, and now it's just continuing.
It
It's
was
disgusting.
good. It was very good. It's got 100 ADR now, 20 rounds into this one. And we're no longer talking about Godsend. You know, I tried to preface this match with...
That's important.
Yeah, I tried to preface it with saying,
you didn't even think his Academy League wins counted. So, I mean,
well,
imagine what you thought about Godsend.
They just don't count as much, Launders. Not as much. They still count.
Yeah, I'm just busting your balls.
Well, stop it. That's the goal for FaZe, to stop it. Stop this onslaught of MOUZ members.
All right, you can play this game then. Okay, guess how many kills, deaths, and rating that he had in versus Godsend.
Torzy, let's say 23 kills, 9 deaths, 1.24 rating.
Not a bad guess at all. 22 kills, 16 deaths, 1.35 rating.
Okay, rating
Yeah.
high, yeah, nice. A few
But
more deaths.
pretty much almost a mirror image. He's actually improved versus what you could argue is a better team.
Yeah, and that was the big takeaway, right? Like, again, beating Godsend just meant that coming into this match, we had to take them seriously. Beating FaZe on the first map, if that is what feels like is an inevitability,
Yeah.
well, now suddenly,
And
we've got a real contender to play.
And this kind of validates the fact that he's a 2-time LAN champion as well.
Okay, bro.
No ops this round.
Let's see it. Good old rifle play. JKS got to be careful here. He's got nobody else to work with him inside of lobby, so very much tasked with a lot. Ooh, and down he goes. I believe that's NBK just peeking in front of the squeaky smoke and then diving down the vent. So now they've already bolstered the B site and found a 5v4. This is perfect for MOUZ. Excellent start to the round, but Rain slips through smoke. And the mass murderer that is Torzy will not be a part of this equation. Round 21, still in the hands of MOUZ with that answer here from Frozen. Good job at, again, trading these back and forth and even clipping Brokey as he tries to just push around the side of the garage, but that's a little haphazard. Frozen decides to run outwards, doesn't expect that Twist and the numbers were there for FaZe, but Kerrigan.
Dexter's locked. He's not going to move from the spot. I mean...
What's his move? Comes close
Ooh.
and gets cleaned.
Wow, that was actually such a good attempt from Kerrigan.
Needs to be a clutch from the Canadian. He knows that Dexter's deep on ramp.
Open sight. One flash. Oh, JC puts one between the eyes. 14-7, and they've just got layers, man. Even if Torzy dies, there's so much more to this team at the moment.
Isn't that wild?
MBK, hell of a match.
Yeah, I feel if anything, if there was any kind of like quiet piece that could have been expected from MOUZ, when you say that NBK is coming into the roster, I'm not looking at NBK to top frag. I'm not looking at NBK to be the best rifler outside of Torzy, and yet we've got a really crisp game from him. What you do expect from NBK is to be able to, you know, provide under pressure, and this is that pressured moment for MOUZ, is walking in versus a FaZe. But we also have to admit it, you know, the FaZe, they are missing their highest rated player. You know, Robs' 1.26 rating cannot be understated. And unfortunately, they're not getting that from JKS. And what is being offered between Rain, Twists, and Brokey, it just can't keep up with how sharp MOUZ's members are currently playing. And I'm talking top to bottom for the MOUZ side of things.
You have just listed a series of facts.
And nothing but them facts.
Just indisputable.
Dexter getting a little bit curious.
Ooh.
On the money. Goes back
around.
Sprays away, keeps it controlled to kill Brokey. 4 for Dexter as he pushes through ramp and pushes MOUZ to that final line. Only 2 more round wins to not just beat FaZe, but to destroy them.
FaZe have accepted the gambit. They didn't fully invest this round. They're looking to win off match point. But that's not going to make it feel any better.
Ace it for the Aussies.
Yeah, Australia can't really lose right now with JKS on the other side. Dexter cracks a smile. They're trying to set this up. It's Kerrigan's job not to die to him, though.
Ooh, push with the pistol, and JDC closes it. But in terms of, you know, getting through those half buys, very nicely done from Dexter.
Dude, this is a stomping.
You've already lost 2 of those rounds. Don't let it happen a third. Go for the 4K. Mows them all down right on the cusp of lobby. And this is MOUZ slapping FaZe with a message to start this series. Now, luckily for FaZe, it's a BO3. But It's already starting to curl up in front of them.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, you know, going into map 2, I would just be to have the, you know, I'd be winded coming into map 2, and I don't know how FaZe feel about it, but I don't think anyone would have predicted that this map would be one-sided, especially not on Nuke, but we'll see. Again, they want to try to perform this comeback, but Rain, a key player for FaZe Clan, has gone down.
They're not
Dexter
losing.
continues to be aggressive.
They're not losing, Wanders.
They can't.
Nothing. Not a single duel, not a single push. I feel like FaZe, they can't even get into their setups. They have been meticulously dismantled on this T side. We saw nothing. Nothing of a T side. It was MOUZ setting the precedent on their offensive half and then just ending it as quick as it needed to be done. Yeah, okay, you lose to that, you know, Deagle round from FaZe, a nice little burst of energy, but then you clap them right back. And you have clung to this lead like seaweed to the feet. Bogged down by it.
I hate when that happens.
It's the worst. It's actually the worst. And I feel like FaZe, you know, it's a similar feeling right now. Your gut, it just drops. You start sweating. You start doubting yourself and all of your decisions. And right now, they can do no wrong. Torzy peeks through fire to frag JKS, and Kerrigan in a 1v5 will get at least 1 kill. But brother, you have 20 seconds to clutch out before MOUZ will take map 1 of this series. They chose this map, and with reason. Because that, my friends, is an absolute smacking to FaZe Clan to start this best of 3.